Is this working? There it is. Hi, friends. My name is Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I'm going to keep my voice down a little bit on tonight's stream because Azalea is asleep over on the couch. Welcome to Freestyle Friday. We're going to build a tinywhoop.com, an ultimate freestyle tiny whoop with only parts from tinywhoop.com. Technically, we could build it with... the regular old Happy Model F4 AIO that we usually do, but we're going to try out the Beta FPV 1S AIO because it has black box and because it'll let me run an external VTX, which is a lot more work on the building side of things, but that's okay. It'll be really interesting to have black box on one of these little super lightweight rigs. So yeah, this will be fun. And this is all stuff that you can buy from tinywhoop.com. The purple frame, custom dyed purple frame, it's actually not in stock, but they have the custom dyed Meteor 65 frames. These are the Tiny Whoop 0702 30,000 kV motors. These are the mahogany, I think Jesse calls them, dyed Gem Fan biblades. We've got the Tiny Whoop pinch cam in the pound mount. And then we've got the Happy Model OVX 331, I think it's called, VTX, and a Tiny Whoop small antenna made in collaboration with TrueRC. And then we're going to run it on, we're going to run it on a couple of different batteries, but we're going to run it on the 270s and see how light it is, and yeah, all the good things. So it'll be super fun. Come on, computer, don't do this. Not like this. There we go. The flying from the beginning of the stream was in Port St. Joe from Florida. Port St. Joe in Florida last year? I think it was last year. I think it was almost exactly a year ago. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, I guess, yeah, basically a week from today, the family's going back. Last time it was just Maggie and I. This time it's going to be all four of us. So no stream next Friday. Next Sunday, there's not going to be a 3 o'clock stream, but depending on how I feel when we get home, I might do an afternoon stream on Sunday. So, yeah, no clue what time it'll be. It's like a 6-hour drive to get there, so it really depends on what time we get out of there in the morning. But, yeah, I'm going to try to get a stream next Sunday so that I just miss next Friday, though. There's no shot in hell of there being a stream. So, yeah. Little bit of a rough week. Another of the kids' pet rats died today, unfortunately. When the other one died earlier this week, they realized that they had rat lice, and so we got either Advantage, or there's the one with the R, Revolution. The stuff that you put in between their shoulder blades on their back. And so there were two left, and Maggie and Sage did the Revolution treatment like you're supposed to, and what we think happened, so that was a few days ago, what we're thinking happened is that the one rat, Mittens, was cleaning it off of the other rat sock and ingested enough of it to basically they have like a heart attack when they get a lot of that poison in them. Sage noticed that Mittens wasn't moving today, and Maggie tried to rush him to the vet ER, but didn't make it. And that was so Sage has always had the rat cage in his room, and he's the one who mainly takes care of him, but Mittens was Azalea's rat, so Azalea is a bit of a wreck. I picked her up from school and dug another hole in the backyard, and we buried Mittens. So rough week in this house in terms of pets, but it reminds you how fragile life is, and it reminds you to live every day hard, and listen to the birds singing and all the good things. So give your pets an extra little hug for us today, because we're kind of hurting in this house right now, but we'll be all right. In the chat, Riot9 was and I just saw Azalea walk up and leave, so now I can start screaming again as usual. Riot9, Ramdonko, Jason, Sleepy CBR, Northern Tier, McMucus, Recyclops, Fractalized, Daniel 1964, Anonymous, Flush FPV, Northern Tier, Adam C, Scott Palicat, Quadbod, Squitchy, Flush again, Ramdonko, Quadbod again, Northern Tier, Beep 2, Mr. Huggy, Metal Dartskin, Kiz Bartlett, Brandon Woodford, Slim, 8-Bit. Because everybody's names are different colors, I don't know if there's repeats now. Thanks to YouTube. If you want the Gangly Man to read your name, you got to come into the chat early and say hey. If you want to talk directly to me in the chat, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange for me. You can do that with each other. If you want to get somebody's attention in chat, just type their name, spell it right, get the spaces in the right spots, and for them and them alone, it'll light up an orange. What if I type everyone? Will that light up an orange for everyone? No. Adam C tagged me and said I'm here to going to Step Point and eat dinner. Be right back. I'm jealous. I'm hungry. I'm hungry as hell right now. Kiz Bartlett says, hi, my name's CiottiFPV. Everybody calls me. Oh, God. Brandon Woodford says, good evening, ganglies. Slim says, what's up, gangly ganger gang? There we go. Matt Ertson says, cautiously optimistic on that one with the pound mount. That beta AIO should be less vulnerable in a crash due to its shape. You know, the pound mount, the angle of the camera and like, yeah, I don't know. I've crashed the pound mount pretty hard and it's been completely fine. When I put this together though, I'm gonna kind of pay attention, and if I think that if I think it's gonna be a problem, I will I'll put a little piece of tape under it or maybe a piece of foam under it. Although right now what I'm looking at is the antenna on the Beta FPV AIO. The antenna's in kind of a weird spot. Nah, it'll be fine. The antenna just needs to bend up and over. So yeah, that'll be fine. What's the antenna for? Is the antenna for is for ELRS. It doesn't have a VTX on board, of course. So yeah, the pan mount's gonna have to kind of wrap around the antenna. You'll see. We'll be playing with this soon enough. Look at this. This is a simple little thrust stand. I cannot figure out where the I can't figure out where the load cell is. This this digital readout has one wire that runs into the base of this aluminum tower here, and that's it. That's the only wire. There's this huge chunk cut out in the middle for some reason. So I don't understand. I just don't get where the load cell is. This doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, I assume it's gonna work. This is like a sled here, and it moves on this silver guy a little bit. Yeah, I just don't understand it. But it doesn't really matter. I don't need to understand it. I just need to, I think, I'm hoping that Eva FPV can come over this weekend or next week, and we can get some measurements on this guy. And I think basically what we're going to do is take this big round piece off here. Let me actually see. Let me see if I have an Allen key that's the right size. Of course not. It's always the missing 3mm. Always. 100% of the time. Ready? And yep, it's the missing 3mm. Well, I guess they're standard. Because this is the 2.5 and it just barely grips it enough. So let's see real quick here. Oh, come on now. Really? I have to take the whole thing off. I have to take the whole top piece off to get at the bottom screw. So let's do that real quick. What's up in chat? Grizz FPV says, what's up? Caution FPV says, that aluminum tower is the load cell. It's weird, man. It's I don't get it. It's a very strange design. But, I mean, who cares? Like, whatever. What's up, CMYK? Stank Beef. Stank Beef says, there are strain gauges glued to thin parts of the silver aluminum. Okay. I wondered what that was. There's, yeah, there's all this white gook here and here. So, according to the one and only Stank Beef, those are strain gauges. Very interesting. Huh. Alright, so let me get this off of here. And then we'll kind of see what we're working with. I think I know what we're working with here, but it'd be nice to get a closer look. That's weird. That's a weird way to do it, but I bet you that's like the cheapest possible way to do it, because this thing was only 40 bucks. And I don't think that it was really, I don't think that it was 40 bucks off of eBay. I don't think it was all that much extra when it was new, like not off of eBay. So I guess that's like the cheapest way to do it. I mean, whatever. If it works, it works. And I mean, even if it's not super accurate, it kind of doesn't matter. There we go. So yeah, that this big round piece comes off. So now I've just got this guy here. So we just need to get a little adapter from this fella to work with the 3-bolt. Yeah, to work with the 3-bolt Tiny Whoop motors. And might as well do like a 9x9 and 12x12 at the same time, so that it would be really cool to also use this for micro motors. I have no interest in using this with 5-inch motors. They're just too powerful, and there's plenty of data out there on them already. And we don't really need, like, with 5-inch motors, like, we already know what works. We already know the you know, most of the R&D has been done already. It's the Tiny Whoop motors and the micro motors that we have like little to no info on that I'm most interested in here. So there we go. Look at that. So yeah, we just got to get a little adapter piece for this little jibby jabby. And I wonder if this is regular old like 16x16 mounting. Let me see. Oh no, this is a motor with bigger mounts on it, isn't it? Oh yeah, much bigger. Yeah, that ain't the one. That ain't it. Let's see. How do I not have a 16x16 motor floating around? Really? Really? Not one? Not one? Okay. How about this? A tape measure. How pleasantly low-tech. Let's see. This will probably work totally fine. I wouldn't be... This kind of looks like 16x16. It just looks like a standard... Yeah, it's 16x16. Well... Yeah, no, it's 16x16. Yep. Yeah, so that makes sense. It's a... It's a little jibby-jabby. Right 9 says you have an entire trolley full of 16x16. That's all. Those are all motor bells, though. I don't have a single. Hey, here's nope. That's another motor bell. I don't have a single stator base. Right. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. There's 12 of them on the floor for the for sale builds. Yep, that's 16x16 for sure. Motor won't bolt up to it because the screw is protruding on the bottom, but that's absolutely 16x16. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we just need a 16x16 adapter. Similar to this, it needs to have like the center part kind of wallowed out for the middle of the jibby jabby. But yeah, something similar to this that actually shrinks down to whatever the hell the dimensions are on the Tiny Whoop motors. I have no clue. I have no clue what those measurements are on that 3-bolt, and then 9x9 and 12x12. So it'll look something like this, but just shrunken down, mega small. So yeah, I'll bug Eva to see if she's interested in doing that, because I know she's been looking for stuff to learn on CAD, and that'll be perfect because she's local. So just kind of like drop it off, see if it works, change it up if we need to. Yeah, now that I can start screaming again, I'm not really in the mood, to be honest. I didn't really have any kind of a relationship with the rats myself, but to see the kids all torn up is kind of breaking my heart right now. You know, I've not really seen the kids cry before, and to see Azalea cry was like heartbreaking. But she's a trooper. So is Sage. Yeah. Weird day. Weird day, man. I mean, it's always hard, right? Like, pets are truly a part of our families, and so it's whether they're a goldfish or a cat or a dog, it doesn't really matter. It sucks when they go over the rainbow. So, all right, there we go. Made a mess out of this drawer a second ago. Just had to get it fixed up a little bit here. There we go. Okay. This can go back on the floor. So yeah, I guess I forgot to do this. So we already got started on our mailbag, but look at this. Look at this. I think this says Eric Moe, M-O-E. Who's Eric Moe? I don't know you guys by your human being names. I only know you by your YouTube and Discord names. Eric Moe is now the first one to get in on the 3D printing competition. There's details about it over on the 3D printing Discord channel, and yeah, hopefully wrote his name on here. Oh, you know what? Here's a big nano and regular in 25, each in red and blue. Thanks, Eric. Who's Eric Moe? Eric Moe. Who is that? So yeah, we've got some. What are these called? Oh, and I didn't leave the Thingiverse up. It's T-Dog's mount for the that's the Runcam Nano one. That's funny looking. These are pretty clean, man. This is I have to assume that this is a hard mount to print, because it's thin in a lot of spots. And there's, yeah, a lot of chance for it to kind of get ugly. But these look pretty damn good, man. Eric's setting the bar high, yo. Awesome. Thank you, brother. I'm going to write down on this. Eric Moe. E-R-I-K-M-O-E. So there we go, the first entry in the 3D printing competition. I'm not going to be a great judge, but I'm going to judge the best I possibly can. And I think for the most part, 3D printing stuff, like, the better it looks, the better it kind of is. I mean, obviously, if it falls apart, that's not good. But I guess we'll just call this a vanity competition, and then. With all of these mounts, if anybody wants or needs any of these mounts, I will throw them in with orders and stuff, because I'm going to have a whole bunch of these from all you guys. So, yeah, if anybody needs these mounts, they will be available. This is arguably the racing community. No, that's the wrong camera. The racing community considers this to be I think, from what I've heard, considers this to be the best of the camera mounting solutions for tiny whoops. So yeah, and I think that 25 degrees up tilt is the right number. So very cool. Thank you, Eric. I've also got another box here. This is from tinywhoop.com. I've already been playing with the T-Motor AIO, but here it is. This is the T-Motor F4 6 amp 1S AIO with ELRS and a VTX built in. And I can confirm that it does not fit well in the Meteor 65 frame. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Well, I mean, that's the big thing that we were interested in here. So we'll just kind of dive straight into that. Let me get a couple of these grommets on here, and let me show you where it fouls on the... You could totally file away at the... Did I say that's a Tiny Whoop box? It's not. It's a Rotor Riot order. This is an order from Rotor Riot that I'm looking through. So the areas that this T-Motor fouls on, it's actually in here. Let me show you. It doesn't hit on the ducts themselves. I assumed that it was going to hit on the ducts. It hits on these supports here, kind of where that mark is, believe it or not. So it hits there, and then on the other side. So you could totally come in here and just file this down, but I don't know. I don't know about that. It's already pretty thin plastic. I mean, I guess it's just the battery tray, so you could probably get away with it. You could probably get away with filing this down a good amount and making it fit. But what I'm curious about is if it'll fit in the cockroach canopy or cockroach frame. I bet you it does, and we're going to take a look at that right now. So my main interest in this AIO is for the high quality Tiny Whoop build over on Joshua's site, FPV Know-It-All, and I'm totally okay with that build using a cockroach canopy, a cockroach frame rather, because the frame has a lifetime warranty and it allows you to crank the PIDs up a little bit more. So let's take a quick look here. And well, it fits. I want to say it fits a little bit better in this frame, but in this frame it actually hits the ducts, I think. Hold on, let me get the other two. Let me put the other two grommets on it. Come on, get out of there. And what we might need to do, let me actually switch. Let me switch to a different grommet. What the hell frame is this thing meant for? Let me switch over to, these are the Happy model. Well, hold on. Let me use the grommets that it comes with. So it comes with these little blue fellas. But these guys are really tall on one side. What? Take it easy, phone. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. I don't think these guys are going to work. Let me just kind of compare. Oh no, they might actually work really well. Hold on. So let's try it with the included grommets. So we're going to put these grommets on with the thick part facing upwards. Alright, so we're going to put them on like this, with the thick part going up. And let's see what's up with that. The rubber grommets that I just tried a second ago, I just had the two of them on, the two little black ones. Those are the Newbie Drone rubber grommets. You only get those with the Newbie Drone AIOs, though. So, like, if you were to do this build, you wouldn't necessarily get those. You wouldn't necessarily have those grommets. You can probably buy them off of Newbie Drone's website. But let's see what we got here with these included rubber grommets. That would be really nice if these would work. Basically, the lower this AIO gets dropped in this frame, the better. So it's hitting on the inside part of the duct here that kind of flares out to kind of guide the air in a little bit cleaner. And so, boy, is that close. I think it might actually clear. Let me look at it with the 5x loop really quickly. Look at the gap. Okay, so this will fit. You're just gonna have to remove a little bit of PCB. Okay, so with these PCBs, they kind of print them. They make a whole bunch of them right next to each other, and then they break them apart, and you're left with these little raised bits here. Not raised bits. Oh, that's the one side that doesn't have it. No, it does have it. It does have it. All right, this is gonna be tough to show you guys, but right here, and I'm asking a little too much. There you go. There you go. See it? See this little bit here? This is where they've broken this off. So all we need to do is file this down a little bit. And this side of the board does not have that. This side of the board clears the frame totally fine. 3 sides of the board have this on it. This side of the board has it right here. See it there? And then, so you see, it's kind of like, it's tough to see it, but yeah, it's raised ever so slightly, and it sticks out just far enough to catch the, and then this side has it as well. So all you need to do, and this is super annoying, admittedly, but this is the price that we pay for less expensive electronics. All you need to do is take like an X-Acto knife or just anything. You could do this with a file, but this will be really quick, and just scrape off some of this material. And it's just really thin kind of material, and yeah, it just shoots off. You guys can't see it, but it just fires right off of there, and then you're good to go. You're just taking those little, so that to make it so it breaks off, they drill it. They drill a bunch of holes right next to each other, and then that gives it like a weak point. And so the tiny little bit of extra material, when they break that off, is what's causing the problem. So yeah, you just come in there and remove that little bit of extra material, and you're good to go. It's going to be good to go. I can kind of tell. But let's do it real fast, and we'll put it back in the frame and take a look. This is super simple. All right. Got that. And you can literally like feel it when you get through it, because it's, you know, since it's drill, 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 drill. As I do this, it's it's getting smoother and smoother and smoother. When I started doing this, it was as it went to each tiny little groove that's in there. As you remove those the little bit of extra material, it becomes smooth because there's not those little grooves in there anymore. So yeah, this is not all that difficult. Kind of frustrating that it doesn't just drop right in. Like they oversized this board absolutely as much as they possibly could. I mean, although here's the thing, I don't think this, to my knowledge, T-Motor does not have a Tiny Whoop. This board is for like a pusher, I believe, which is like a little carbon fiber frame. I don't really think this board is made with the thoughts of Tiny Whoops in mind, which would explain why why I'm having to do this right now. So yeah, I don't know if, I mean, I guess I can just put in the text once I figure out what the hell that little broken off part is called. I guess we can put in the text of the build. That's all there is to it. I guess we can just put in the text of the build that you need to clearance that. But man, that's kind of annoying. Although it is like the expert high quality build. And yeah. So, but maybe this. See, the thing is, we're using this Beta FPV 1S on the racing build, and I would not want to suggest anybody use a Beta FPV AIO for a high quality build. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess what might be better is a video link in there showing those spots. Maybe I can like clip the a chunk of the video that I just showed just now. But yeah, now that those sides are smooth, I'm willing to bet that, wow, it's almost like it was never there. Is this the right AO? Did I pick up the right AO? It is, right? Man, that's really smooth. Yeah, okay, I guess I can kind of see where it was there. All right, so now I'm going to put these included blue grommets back on, and let's take a look. The only kind of pain in the ass about these blue grommets is they're a little bit too tall, and could run into a problem with canopies. But I mean, in the build, if I have to suggest another grommet, I can do that. That's fine. So yeah, these guys being so tall is going to prevent the canopy from sitting down the way that it should. And we don't want that. Okay, so now it's back in there. Let me take another quick look at the edges of the board and the edges of the ducts. Nope, they still hit. Yep, it still hits. And that's a big deal. Well, it doesn't hit. It only hits on one side. No, it hits all around. Okay, so let's try it with a different set of grommets. These are the Happy Model grommets here that I have. Right over here. So let's try it on these. I think that they're a little bit... We need basically, we just need a slightly shorter grommet. Oh, and you know what? I wonder if a taller grommet would work with the Meteor 65 frame. I will try that in a second. Let's try these little shorties first, though. Because I like the idea of the Cockroach frame for this high-quality expert build for a little bit of variety. And it's a great frame, and it allows you to push the filters up a little bit higher. Maybe it'll work better with the BMI 270 gyro in here, because I've not been hearing the best things about BMI 270 gyros in Tiny Whoops, but I haven't heard that enough to really... I'm going to do a build with this to see what's what, and if we have an issue, it won't get used. But all right, so let's see. So those are slightly shorter grommets. Let's see if that makes enough of a difference. Oh my god, it's super close. Okay, that side is clear. Nah, that side hits. So does that side. Come on now. All right, one more try. Beta FPV sells a grommet set which has clear, blue, and black grommets. I think these are actually these look an awful lot like the Beta FPV grommets. They might be the same ones. I thought that they were the Happy Model grommets, but I'm not really sure now. So the Beta FPV little grommet kit, which I think that they still sell. I'm going to assume that they still sell it. It comes with these clear grommets, which are kind of my favorites. And I think that they're... I was gonna say I think that they're ever so slightly thinner, but now I don't know about that. Okay, no, it's the blue ones. It's the blue ones that are a little bit thinner. And okay, so let me grab 4 of these blue ones, and we'll see. The only problem is, so in the little beta FPV kit. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. In the little beta FPV kit, they give you, like I said, 3 different colors: black, clear, and blue. And the main difference between these is each one of them is for a different thickness PCB. So there's the black one. Here's the clear one. Now here's the blue one. And I want you to look at the thickness of the slot. See how the thickness of the slot is different? The black one, it has the smallest slot to fit perfectly on the smallest PCB. The clear one is in the middle, and then the blue one has the biggest slot. So you can, I've been using these for a while and like matching these perfectly up with the thickness of PCBs in various different things. I use these on 5-inch rigs and on 3-inch rigs too. This blue one here, it's got the smallest area here, the raised area, so that will let the AIO drop farther, I think, down into this frame. So let's give that a shot. I'm actually going to leave this set up here. Let's give that a quick try. See if that'll drop this AIO down far enough. The only problem is going to be, and you can kind of see it here, is that the see how it doesn't fit right on the PCB? The PCB is a little bit thinner than that slot is. There you go. See that? I mean, that's not great. But when we compress these guys, when we screw the canopy down and we compress these, it'll eat that gap up. So it should be totally fine. But yeah, let's take a look. Okay. And there we go. All right, so, and I can feel that it's sitting down a little bit farther. Let me take a look. Well, I wonder if this camera will show it. Nah, no way. I need proper magnification. Hold on. Nope, still hitting. Well, let me look at the other sides. All right, one side's clear. God damn, it is close. It's close, but Christ. Really? Is this real life? Let's go the other way. Let's try the Meteor 65 frame, but with slightly taller grommets. So the included grommets are just going to be way too tall. The included grommets are not really meant for a tiny whoop. So like no matter what, there's going to have to be a like a different grommet set that gets used on this fella. Where'd that frame go? Here it is. I mean, hell, maybe the deal is it's just you just have to get in here and file this out, I guess. Man, that's a little nutty though, I'm gonna be honest. So let me just compare a couple of these the thickness of a couple of these grommets to one another. These clear ones might be The clear ones look like they're thicker than the black ones, but they might actually not be. And then here are the newbie drone ones, but I don't necessarily want somebody to have to buy the newbie drone ones. That seems kind of crazy. The newbie drone ones are not thicker. They look like they're thicker because they're a different shape, but they're not actually thicker. I think these clear ones are the jam. So let me grab 3 more of those, and we'll see what it fits like in the Meteor 65 frame with them. Although it was definitely hitting on those newbie drone ones, so I don't think this is gonna work. But it's worth a shot real quick. Alright, so let's try these. And again, this would just require me to put a line of text that says you have to buy the Beta FPV grommet kit with a link to it and use the clear grommets. That's no big deal, but I bet you it's still gonna hit. So let's see. Because these are only like a fraction of a millimeter taller than the newbie drone ones that it was definitely hitting with. So I don't think this is gonna work, but I mean it's worth a real quick try. Get back on there. Oh, come on, you jerk. Get in there. There we go. Okay. That and that. Yeah, no, it's totally hitting. Yeah, it's all over those posts. Yeah, no, that's not good, man. So I mean, the issue is that basically you end up with an AIO that's hard mounted, and that's never gonna work. You absolutely have to have a little bit of movement on this guy to soak up some of the vibrations. Well, damn. These are really the only 2 frames that make any sense. So can you see it there? See that support right next to where it says cam? See how that part of the frame is just driving right into the AIO? Can't have that. Here it is again over here. Here it is again over here. Yeah, see it? So you would really need to go in there and file those down. So anybody that has this T-Motor AIO, if it's not flying right, this is certainly why. And here to the right of the S pad, you can see it. Kind of just driving in. Yeah, there you can really see it. Damn. So where does that leave us? I guess that leaves us with this AIO. Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously this. What is the T-Motor rig that this AIO is for? Isn't it called the Tron? I think. Let's take a quick look. T-Motor 1S. Let's see what that finds. So it's finding the. Oh, it's a toothpick. It's a toothpick. Well, maybe. Let's see. Feather 120, Feather 120. F411, Feather 120. Is that the one? Let's look at the specs on the 6 amp 1 to 2S. Really? I didn't think it was a 1 to 2S. That, if it's 2S, that's interesting. None of the other, it doesn't say 1 to 2S on any of these, I don't think. On any of the, Yeah, see, it just says 1S here when you buy just the AIO. Let's get off of Oscar Liang's site. Maybe he's mistaken about that. No, look at that. AIO 1 to 2S, F411 AIO, 6 amp, BLHES. That certainly sounds like this AIO. We would really need to find a clear picture of it. There we can kind of see the corners on the bottom. Let's see if we can figure this out. So, if I hold it up, nope, that's a different AIO. What the hell, T-Motor? That is a different AIO. The OSG chip is in a completely different spot. Oh man. These are the grommets though. These are the grommets here. Maybe they've changed the. Maybe they've changed the AIO. Yeah, this is the same one. Let's hop onto T-Motor's website and just kind of take a look around here. Multi-rotor. No, we want like pre-drones. There we go. Let's take a look at the Tron. I don't think the Tron. No, the Tron's not 1S only. So this is definitely not at 4S. Yeah, no, that ain't it. There's the Feather. Well, they only have these 4. Interesting. What? My guess is gonna be that they. Sketch says, I use curved Lexan scissors to trim the battery compartment spars, T-Motor AIO with the Meteor 65 frame. Crash the heck out of it and stars on broken yet. Yeah, I mean, that's fine for us, Sketch. But my main interest, as I said a bit ago, in this AIO is to use it on Joshua's website, FPV Know-It-All, for the high-quality expert build. And telling people that they need to do that is rough. Like, that sucks, just to be completely honest. To have to tell people that they need to do that. Like, yeah. That's rough. We've been thinking about getting rid of that build altogether. So that at the moment, that build is based on the where the hell is it? Tiny Whoop. It's based on the Acro B, and maybe it stays based on the Acro B. Yeah, see, I actually already changed it, so I kind of need to. I talked about changing it, and yeah, because I wanted to get the Acro B off because because Joshua was like really upset about the video not looking as good in there. Well, you know what this would work in is the fractal frame. And that is an expert build. Yeah, it's going to have to go in the fractal frame. Yeah. And at that point, do we go 75? There already is a 75 millimeter build on here. Yeah, I've already got a yeah, so here's the full tilt race build, and this has the Beta FPV 1S. And then we've got a 75 mil build, which is based on the Mobula 7 ELRS. We need to switch out these motors though. So yeah, I think that this high quality build is going to be in a fractal frame. That's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. It's the And I mean, people, you know, people like tinkering, right? Man, I really wish it would fit in one of these two frames, though. But what's cool about the fractal frame is, what's interesting is that these grommets that it comes with will be perfect for the fractal frame. Let me make sure that it fits. I have the fractal frame over here, actually, from when we did when we tried to do it on the 65 millimeter HD0 build. So we can just kind of check it real quick to make sure that there's nothing weird about the... Oh, Christ, I even have a 75 mil motor-to-motor fractal frame over here. I forgot about that. You know, my little tiny whoop area has gotten completely out of control. I need to get this shit organized. I've been just kind of throwing stuff over here, and it's reached a critical mass. So I'm gonna leave this shit out and take a look. All right, so here's the 65 mil fractal frame. Let's take a quick look. This is kind of cool, man. People, there's nothing wrong with the fractal frame. There really isn't. It's not for me, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So, and Eves is a great guy, and a lot of people like it. A lot of people have told me like that they love the fractal frame and that I'm an idiot. So yeah, fair enough. All right. So if this guy is on these included rubber grommets. And there are things that I like about the fractal frame. The fact that if you break a duct, you can just pop 3 screws out and replace the duct. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And if the build weight is down nice and low, it shouldn't really have issues with it breaking. Wait a second. This is upside down. What? No. Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. All right, so there's the rear, and yep, that's sitting flat on there, and yeah, that's actually kind of perfect. The extra height from the grommets perfectly fit the USB to not sit down too low and touch the battery. And these guys fit. These guys clear perfectly for the motor plugs. And yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I like the idea of having variety on Joshua's website, you know, to like, even if you don't go with this build, like it's cool to have a link to the fractal frame there. So yeah, that's exactly what this is going to be. And this is cool too, because I want to have a fractal build, you know, like I love what Eves is doing, and I want to spend some more time flying the fractal around. So here we go. We're going to be doing another fractal build. I need to decide whether or not I'm going to do 65 or 75. I was kind of thinking that my fractal build was going to be how I reuse the HD0 stuff. And this kind of confuses that a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I do hook this thing up with HD0. Maybe I'll give it some thought. I'm not gonna sit here and work that out while you guys are just staring at me. But cool. I'm happy to be forced into doing another fractal build. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with this frame at all. And yeah, like I said, Eves is an awesome guy, and it'll be cool to show him some love. So yeah, shit. Let's do it. Let's do another fractal build, man. So this is the 75 millimeter frame. I just got the bottom plate. which I realized was a mistake because I didn't because the 75mm bottom plate is going to use a different 75 is going to use a different battery, and I don't have the 3D printed things, but I can just, if I decide to do the fractal build as a 75, which I might if I put the HD0 stuff into the fractal build, then it makes a lot of sense to do it as a 75 because the whole point of that rig is it's kind of like a cinematic-ish rig, and it would be nice to have the extra runtime, right? So I have a feeling that I will do it as a 75, and I think that there is a file. I think Fractal has the file for the bigger battery holding TPU on the website. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna try to. No, I'm definitely gonna get this done before Rampage. This will be an interesting build to have at Rampage. HD0 will kill the multi. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. And maybe I'll snag another set of these iGao motors for this. So with the carbon fiber base plate, there's going to be a lot of stress put on the motor shafts. So like a 1mm motor shaft is not going to be great for this. Ooh, this is turning out cool. And then it'll be 0802 27,000 kV motors. And yeah, that'll be a slick little setup. I dig that. Okay, cool. So, hey, another fractal build coming soon. I know some of you folks will be excited about that, because I know some of you guys are the ones that were saying, what the hell, man? Why you got no fractal build? I love mine. Alright. Oh, look, they give you a BT 2.0 in the package. That's really nice. That's really cool. I gotta be honest, I wish they hadn't oversized the AIO quite this much so that you could use it in a regular Tiny Whoop frame, but make up for it a little bit by giving you a BT 2.0. That's just smart. That's just smart to do that. All right. Another build lined up, yo. Let's get back into mailbag. I can put this right over here in the building stuff area. Maybe I'll do that in. I mean, I have the 65mm frame. Maybe I'll put that into the 65mm frame. Maybe I'll do like a simple version, which is what's going to be here on the website. For the high quality Tiny Whoop build. Maybe I'll do this build. I need to get a camera in here now too. This needs to get. Yeah, so we'll pull this Meteor 65 frame out of here. We'll replace that with a camera. I wonder what the best. I wonder at who. So who's of you fractal freaks? What's the best camera to put in there? Is it just the Runcam Nano 3? It's gonna have to be hardwired, so it can be any camera. It's not the Tiny Whoop pinch cam, because I think that's gonna be too thick, right? The Tiny Whoop pinch cam is not just standard thickness. It's got to be a regular board cam. It's. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it really helps. Well, no. Whatever camera Fractal has on their site. Fractal FPV. Let's see. Fractal Engineering. Which cam do they put into their bind and flies? Oh, Caddx Ant. No shit. Oh, that's amazing. Are they hand solder? No. Are they hand soldering these leads on here? It says Caddx Ant 4x3 camera special. And I think normally when you buy this camera, it's got, when I bought mine at least, it had 2 of these little pin headers. That would be great because it's yet more variety on the website, because we don't have this camera listed anywhere. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is turning out really nice. Let me look up the bind and flies though real quick. Because I know he's got them. Here we go. Bind and fly. What camera you got on there? Oh, okay. So that's the Runcam Nano 3. I agree, Gordon. Gordon says I would bet Yves is hand soldering the cameras on his site. Yeah. So I mean, you could tell the Runcam Nano 3 is a totally fine option. But a bunch of the other cameras on Josh's site already have those. So yeah, it would be great to drop a link to this Caddx Ant. Very cool. Okay. This is what I do for Joshua. I like sit and just go on different websites and like pore over different combinations and then kind of figure them out, and then yeah. So you guys get to see, I guess, live what I do to kind of figure out some of these combos on Joshua's website. All right, let me get caught up on chat here. I got like 10,000. Here's the build we're doing tonight, by the way. I just happened to pull these up. Beta FPV. I'm gonna drop it into the chat for you guys. Beta FPV AIO. I can close these out after I'm done. Tiny Whoop pinch cam. Wait. No. I didn't want to do that. I want these opened because I want to add these to the stream description. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's the AIO. All right. Cool. And then we've got the camera. I'll drop these in the chat too while I'm at it. Camera. All right. So I dropped those already. And then we're going to do the pound mount. Coming at you, chat. Okay. Put that in here. And then we've got the 702 30,000s. Jesse does not have an affiliate program. So if you're wanting to do this, if you're wanting to follow along with this build here, yeah, you're getting all the right links. This is the one, True Purple, but he's got more. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's called True Purple. I don't think this link is going to pick that right color for you guys, but this is the color. A couple people were asking me, and I didn't remember what the specific color name was. And then, last but not least, here are the specific props. But, I mean, you can just get the yeah, I mean, these are sold out. But these are the specific props that I happen to have on mine. Mahogany. Smells like a rich mahogany. And then, for the battery, I'm going to play around with these 270s, but I actually like the 300s better. So I'm going to put a link to the 300s. BT 2.0. All right, great. And so here are the BT 2.0s. There you guys go. In case you wanted to replicate this build. All right, good deal. Hold on. I'm not going to get caught up in chat yet because we're in the middle of mailbag. I got completely distracted. Rest of mailbag. This is the rest of my order from Rotor Riot. UFL left-hand circular polarized True RC OCP antenna. I just need a couple of extra left-hand antennas for DJI setups, and this is the only one that they really had. So snagged one of these. No big deal. This is pretty awesome. This is the Vifly Whoop store. Shout out to, pretty sure it was Kevin Sumner. When I was doing this order on the live stream a couple streams ago, he specifically PayPal'd me the exact amount for this. He's like, yo, you have to have one of those Whoopsters. which is fantastic because this now allows me to replace this stupid little Beta FPV charger, which has this, it does this weird thing, and it sometimes undercharges. So like, for example, I just had these 4 batteries on it, and all 4 of them said green. I bet you one of them is not charged up all the way. Ready? 4.34. That one's good. 4.32. It's fine. 4.32. Nah, alright, well. It charged them all fine. But a lot of times, this little Beta FPV charger, one of the batteries will not be charged all the way up. And, yeah, that's just kind of silly. But I've had this, and it does work. This, you know, you guys have seen this before. And then I got a whole bunch of these PH 2.0 to BT 2.0 little leads sticking off of it. It works great, except that every once in a while that it doesn't charge one of the 6 batteries. But this Vi-Fly Whoopster, unarguably, is the hot shit. Oh, it's a lot bigger. Look at this big bitch. Woo! Oh, and it's got a big old heat sink down the middle. Can't really see it, but wow, this thing is nicely made. Jesus. So yeah, it's got the BT 2.0s up on top, and then the PH 2.0s on the side. So I'll be able to just drop batteries straight down on top, which will be really cool. And then it's got the little screen and the button. Very cool. Thank you, Kevin. This is very cool of you. Full. Oh, and it's got a switch. You can charge them to full or storage mode. That's really nice. That is really nice. I'm plugging it in. The little screen. Look at that. That's fancy. Look at me. And the screen tells you what voltage each battery is at. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So if I take this and I put it on there, it tells me it's at 4.3. Put another one on. 4.28. Put another one on. 4.26. What? Charge these up, yo. How does this thing work? 4.35, 4.27. When I hold the button to charge, maybe? Let's see. Charging, look at that. Oh, when you short push the button, it tells you how hard it's pushing them. 0.1 of an amp. It's pushing them real gently. Getting them up to 4.35. Ooh. Yeah, you guys were right. Oh, and there's a little red... Oh, okay, I see. There's little red LEDs on each thing to keep them charged. Awesome. This is actually interesting. Let's put these guys on there and see what it says. So the Beta FPV little checker thing said that they were at 4.35. Let's see what this Vi-Fly says that they're at. 4.31, 4.32, 4.33. Let me put it back onto this. No, okay, yeah, so this thing is correct. This thing is correct. 4.32, and then I'm putting it on, and 4.30. It's a little high. 4.30, 4.31. Close enough, though. As close as makes no difference. This little Beta FPV checker thing is double cool because you can hook a USB-C up to it, and it's actually a charger. It'll charge 2 at a time. If it's getting voltage from USB-C, it's not a checker, it's a charger, and you can put 2 BT 2.0s and it'll just sit there and charge them. If there's nothing plugged in here, one of these little ports says test on it, and there's a little screen hidden behind the white plastic. Isn't that cool? This thing is amazing. I highly recommend this little guy. And it's tiny and, yeah, super helpful. Damn, this thing is nice. Very cool. And it comes with a little USB-C as well. Thank you, Kevin. This was very kind of you, my man. This thing's been out for a while, and like I've known that it's like everybody's been saying that it's amazing, but like I have this one, and then I have the Fractal Engineering one that plugs into your big boy charger, and then I've actually got another one of these, and it was like I can't justify spending money on another 1S battery charger, but I didn't. If you wait long enough, man. Charge current, input voltage, battery voltage. This thing is slick. Yo, everything Vifly makes is amazing. What a great company. And their stuff is also like very intelligently designed. You know what I mean? Like, they don't just make nice stuff. I guess with this, I can do a. I guess I can do a little giveaway with this. With the little jibby jabbies. Right? Why not? Why not? Bunch of stuff for giveaways in the box. Speaking of Vifly, this is their XT60 discharger, little tiny guy. This is their XT30 little discharger. And then this is their short saver. Every time I do an order on a website that sells these, I buy one of all of them for giveaways. This is a little tiny little super simple short stopper for the giveaways as well. This is awesome to just put in your flight bag. The Vifly Short Saver 2 is what you want in your toolbox, but I mean, this is kind of big to put in your flight bag. So, and you usually don't need a short saver when you're out flying, but just having one of these tiny little ones is awesome, and they're super cheap. And then look at these. I got a whole bunch. Rotor Riot had these for kind of cheap, and yeah, it's always nice to have an extra little set of tweezers. So bought a whole bunch of these. Stocking back up. I was getting very low on giveaway stuff. Oh god, I totally forgot that I ordered this. I don't have a copy of this. I watched it at I watched it down here when it was in the theater, and then I watched it at Rotor Riot, the longer cut of it at Rotor Riot Rampage 2 years ago. But yeah, I didn't have a copy of this, and I'm on it. Like, I'm in it and I'm on it. Look at your boy. Look at that guy. Look at that handsome devil with an Acrobat shirt on. Oh, shit. So, yeah. Now I have the, now I have flow state. Very cool. And apparently there's some extra stuff on the Blu-ray. So, hooray for me! And, yeah, supporting James and Joshua is always a good thing. Because they paid to have these made. I wonder who they had press these. Let me look in the inside of the Blu-ray to see if disc makers actually press these. I wish that I wish that I'd thought to tell them, like, hey, before you get those pressed, let me call a couple of my buddies that are probably still working at disc makers to see if they're doing Blu-ray. Last I checked, they weren't doing Blu-ray in-house, but they could have probably, I'm sure they've got someone that they could have outsourced it to, and it would have been cool to help out with that. Nah, Disc Maker's logo is not on here. I don't think their machines were able to press, although I don't know, I guess it's just a different, I guess it's just a different stamper. Yeah, I don't know who made this. Cannot tell. I've been out of the game so long. Maybe Disc Makers isn't even doing stuff in-house anymore. And they didn't put anything on the artwork that talks about who manufactured it, which is normal. Well, cool. Look at me. I bought myself something. What's this? Oh, the Foxy Eraser Pico. Look at that. I completely forgot about this little guy. There's a whole reason that I did this order. I got all hung up on the other stuff. Ooh, what are we gonna put this? What are we gonna put this camera on? I got it to just kind of check it out. Could this be the camera that's suggested for the fractal build? No, it's too thick. It's got a big thick body on it. So this is the same as the Tiny Whoop Ultra Wide, just with a different lens. I'm actually really excited for this. This is gonna go into a one of these T-Dog mounts. So yeah, hooray for this. This is gonna be slick. I've heard really good things about this camera. I'm very interested to check it out. With the ultra wide lens on it, it's a bit much. It's super interesting, but it's outrageously wide. And I mean that's what Jesse wanted. Some people like crazy wide field of view. So for those folks, this is absolutely perfect. That used to be me. I used to love crazy wide field of view. But I kind of grew out of it when I realized that it was making it a lot harder for me to shoot gaps because don't tell mom. Because yeah, you're zoomed out so far that like when you're 20 feet away from the gap, you can barely see it. 150, 155 field of view is definitely, in my opinion, kind of the sweet spot. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway with this Beta FPV charger because it works totally fine. Other than, like I said, every once in a while, one of the batteries won't be totally charged, but it charges it up to like 4.25. So I mean, it's fine. Like I'll fly it, I'll get like 10 seconds less runtime. It's like, oh, damn. I got less runtime on my Tiny Whoop. Oh, call the president. Call and complain. Oh, I could only fly around my house for 10 less seconds. Oh. That's feigning. Something wrong with me. Ramdoggo says, PF, people are starving. My mother would tell me CiottiFPV good health all. That doesn't make any sense. Stevie says, hello, the Neutron RC F411 5-amp 4-in-1 also has black box. It looks really solid. Building an HD0 65mm with it. Have you tried AM32 firmware on a Whoop yet? I have not. I didn't know anybody made AIOs with that were AM32 compatible. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen this Neutron RC flight controller before. Yes, I have. Yeah. Have I? I might not have seen this. Yeah. No, I've seen this before. Yeah. What does it not have? It does not have the VTX built in. That's right. So yeah, this is the comparable op. Or does it have a? Why does it have this UFL? Does this have a VTX built in? No, surely not. Surely it's not this small with a VTX built in. Surely not. Don't call me Shirley. Okay, external antenna. Yeah. That's really nice that they put that on there. That is really nice that they put a, oh, and it's not a UFL, it's an IPEX. This looks pretty good, man. I hate the idea of having to run an external, VTX, so I'm not gonna do this. But, damn, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I forgot about this. I think it was Ed K that told me, or Steve E rather, that told me about this a while ago. Yeah, shit. Oh, look at that big old RGB LED on there, too. That's pretty slick. I dig that. Just the one? Yeah. Cool. Oh, man, I love that they put that IPEX on it. For when, not if, the ceramic antenna breaks off. Or if you just want slightly better coverage. Those ceramic antennas don't seem to work all that well. When I replace them with a shittily trimmed wire, I get better RSSI and signal strength. All right. Let's dive. Oh my god, it's 8:26. What? All right. Going fast through chat. Jesus, I'm not going to be able to do this whole build in 30 minutes. I really hate running over onto other people's live stream time. Although I don't know, I think to some extent it's a different group of folks that watch bot stuff than this. So maybe it doesn't really matter. Ramdoggo says, "What's the CAD program of Fave?" I have no idea. I don't know anything about CAD. I'm sure chat can weigh in though. Mad Cow says, "Nice haircut, thank you, dude." Ramdoggo says, "Wasa VTX CiottiFPV 6 amp." Yes. Caution FPV says, "I had the same issue with T-Motor board. Also, FYI, it comes with current sensor enabled, but it does not actually have a current sensor per T-Motor engineer." I think that's normal, right? Do the other ones... Current sensors are usually big bastards. I don't think any of the other ones have current sensors, do they? But that's annoying if they have it enabled in the batteries tab, and you have to go in there and switch it to virtual. I think that's... Usually they're virtual current sensors, I think. Let's take a look at a newbie drone board. Beta flight. Okay, let's connect, and we'll go into... Where the hell is it? Power and battery. Onboard ADC. So it's not set to virtual. Interesting. Onboard ADC versus... Where the hell is it? Here it is. Let me plug in the T-Motor. Onboard ADC. Let's see here. What's the T-Motor say in there? Power and battery. Onboard ADC. So... I guess... Does it not get voltage? Tell me more, Caution. If this isn't going to give you voltage readouts, that's a complete deal breaker. That can't be. There's no way. There's no way that you just don't get battery voltage. That would be completely insane. Caution, if you're still here, tell me more if you don't mind, brother. Right9 says, "File it down." What is this, a FETAC KISS PCB? Sick KISS burn. CMYK says, "Replacing a motor on my Larva X 1103 7000 with an 1103 11000. Is that going to cause an issue?" Nope. PidLoop will just take care of it. Tuner Taxi says, "What's up?" Freelojo says, "So for an outside Meteor 75, what would be the difference between 1102 18,000 and 802 25,000 or higher?" Freelojo, basically 1102 18,000 is just way too low of a KV. If you want to build an outdoor Meteor 75 or even better Mobula 7, what you want is either the Flywoo 1002 23,500 kV or the tinywhoop.com iGow 1.5 millimeter motor shaft 0802 27,000 kV. Those are the only two motors that you want on a Mobula, on a 75 mil motor to motor rig, in my opinion. I've run so many different motors and none of them can touch those. If it's a 1S rig. If it's a 2S rig, there's a lot of different options. But if it's a 1S rig, those are the only two motors that are going to make any sense. And they're both really good. The 0802 27,000s are going to be a little bit lighter, and they're going to run the bi-blades only. The other ones that I just mentioned, the Flywoo 1002 23,500 kV motors are going to run either the bi-blades or the tri-blades, and it's going to be a little bit heavier. Yeah, what do you like? A heavier rig with more throw or a lighter rig? That's how you pick between those two motors. They're both really good, though. And they both have 1.5 millimeter motor shafts, so you won't have to worry about breaking motors all the time. Eric Moe says, "Hopefully you got the McStinkies I sent." McStinkies, that's it. Eric, I mentioned it earlier. Thank you, brother. Very, very cool of you. I looked at them super briefly, but I wrote your name down on here, and I'm going to wait for the other ones to come in so I can kind of head-to-head them. But yeah, thank you, brother. You're the first one to get these in, so you're at the top of the list. Thank you. Ramdonko says, Loops got some abuse from a repeat troll today. CiottiFPV handled well. Was it the same one that we've been dealing with lately? 661 says, hey, gang, the gang left work early to test my long-range rig today. Went 1.3 miles out on 25 milliwatt, 150 hertz ELRS. Good Lord. ELRS is something else. That's wild. Jesus. Freelojo says, so much, yes, I'll try to build it with your links. 75 millimeter fractal frame. That was like a half an hour ago, though. Ramdoggo says, as a UKer, I'll have to buy an AOS soon at some point. Keep hearing fractal, though. Michael Blade says, 63 degrees here in Rhode Island. That's hot, Jesus, for Rhode Island in February. Denzel the Turbo says, hey, friends, what did I miss? Gordon says, I bet Eve's... God damn it. Scrolling back up. Infinity Loops is in the house. What's up, Heads? How are you, man? I'm gonna, I can't figure out what else to put this T-Motor AIO in, so I'm gonna do another fractal build. Because, yeah, this fucker doesn't clear any of the Tiny Whoop frames. But that's kind of fine, because I didn't not like the fractal frame. I'm just afraid of it bending motor shafts. And I didn't put enough batteries into it. And it was on a build that had HD0 on it, so it had all that extra weight. So, like, I didn't really give it a super fair shot. I'm kind of excited to do a lightweight fractal build on a 65 and see what it's like. No clue what motors will do. Maybe I'll do the 702 32,000s that I just got. No, I'm not going to do those because I don't want to bend those motor shafts up. I'll do 30,000s. I have an extra set of, yeah, here they are. I have this set of 702 30,000s that I took the motor leads off of on the stream Wednesday. That I'll use. That'll be perfect. Yeah, that'll be rad. And that'll be the exact same build that I'm going to be recommending for Joshua's website too. So that'll kind of be perfect. Scrolling back up to find my place. Michael Blade said, oh no, we got that. Denzel the Turbo says, hey friends. Gordon says, I would bet Eves is hand soldering the cameras on his site. Yeah, I think so too. Dash FPV says the Nano 3 is lighter. It is indeed. But yeah, I like some variation. So, and if the build that this is for is the high quality build. So I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of extra weight for a camera that's more high quality. And I think that, yeah, that Foxeer camera is probably going to be higher quality than the Runcam Nano 3. The lightweight build on his site is the one that I built around our classic like Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop setup that we have been talking about for months and months and months, probably over a year now. Gordon says, FYI, I'm using the old school Runcam that you love so much on my Fractal 75. Very cool. Kevin Sumner says, what's up? Yes, I have 2 of the Beta FPV chargers from like 2 years ago. Both have bad channels since last summer. Oh, look at that. Okay. Keep tapping the button to increase current, Northern Tier says. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll let them charge slow, though. I like the slow charging thing. Look at those. All those batteries, they say okay with an exclamation point on that Whoopster. Very cool. Because it says if you short press before charging, you can set the current. Just don't unplug with the battery still attached. It does funky stuff to the screen, but doesn't break it. Okay. Good to know. Northern Tier says short tap still button increase current flow up to 0.09 amps. Ramdonko says never seen flow state. You got to see it, man. It's really well done, man. Really, really, really well done. I don't think that James could have done any better with it, to be honest. Especially like at the time with what was going on. Buried Alive says, what's up, fellas? Denzel the Terrible says, did you get it autographed by Justin Biebswell? I did not. There's none of those left. But, I mean, next time I hang out with him, I could just have him sign it if I really wanted that. I probably will, actually. Actually, I won't. I'll forget, because I'm dumb. CMYK says, yo, lookouts of extras and a full other cut than what we saw in the theater. Tons of cool content. Nice. I like that. Infinity Loop says, that's what I use on my fractal build, the Caddx Ant. That one? I've heard good things. Veritas Woozer says, hey bud, I bought a Mobulus 6 with an HD0 on your recommendation months ago and still can't fly it because I don't have HD0 goggles. Ugh. What goggles and add-ons should I purchase? You should wait for the HD0 goggles. This ridiculous, like, add the module onto the front of the goggles sucks. This is way too heavy, and the goggles, like they try to, like, cantilever off the front of your face. It's not good. Like, this was an interim solution, but the HD0 and there's a bunch of other stuff about the HD0 goggles that's, like, really well worth the wait. Yeah, the HD0 goggles are kind of like, they're arguably the best goggles that exist, and they might be the best that exist ever. That's a bit much, but yeah, this module on the front thing is, it is not comfortable at all. After like 3 batteries, I'm like, yo, get this shit off my face. Like, it's not good. It's not good. I cannot recommend at all. Dub Squared says the Foxier Pico Razor works perfectly in a fractal build. So I had a thick camera similar to this, the HD0 camera, in the Fractal 65 build that I did, and I couldn't get the up tilt that I wanted because of the flat bottom, and then it was, I just didn't love it. I would rather do a board camera that's completely flat so that the PCB is just kind of sitting there and it'll let me get the exact amount of up tilt that I want. So I'll probably end up doing a Caddx Ant camera. I have a feeling I might pull the Caddx Ant camera out of one of the tiny lifters. No, that's a stupid idea. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll figure it out. Veritas Who just says, I meant which goggles and add-on modules can you recommend because the HD0 goggles are still not available? Yeah, I really I hate to say, like, just wait longer, but those HD0 goggles are something else, man. I really think it's worth waiting for them. Buried Alive says, auction bidding. Oh, I totally forgot about the auction. We're going to have to do the auction on Sunday. It's already too late in the stream. I want to get that going at the beginning. I completely forgot. Today's been a weird day. We had a death of a pet in the family here, and yeah, today's just a kind of a weird day. So we'll do the auction on either Sunday or maybe Monday night. Monday night is not a giveaway stream. Maybe we should do it Monday night. I think Monday night would make the most sense because it's not a giveaway stream. It'll be a long stream because I don't think Joshua is coming on at 8. So maybe I'll jump into his, I'm almost certainly going to jump into his slot at 8, and then maybe like at 10:30 or something we'll start the auction and run it until like 11. And yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Kiz Bartlett says, at the start of the stream, I need to be quiet halfway through. Yeah. Caution FPV says, my Mobulus 6 board and Diamond ELRS board both have current sensors. Really? So wait, caution, what's the... it does give voltage. Oh, current. Right, of course. It doesn't give current. Well, that's annoying. What the hell? What is that about? I guess you can turn on... Can you turn on the virtual current sensor, though? That's super annoying. What the hell? What'd they do that for? Would they forget? Current meter. Yeah, okay, so you can do virtual. So you can do the virtual current sensor. Is that what they told you to do? Is that what yeah, is that what whoever you talked to over at T-Motor told you to do? Is turn on the virtual current sensor? The virtual current sensor works really good. It functions off of the throttle position and the voltage. And it's shockingly accurate. But I gotta admit, that is super annoying that it doesn't have a regular old onboard current sensor. And you can't use the ESC sensor. I'm pretty sure the ESC sensor only works when it's a BL Holly 32 ESC. I don't know what the hell this is. MSP sensor / OSD slave. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna save it with virtual turned on. What version firmware do they ship this with? 4.31. Oh, I didn't mean to quit out of Betaflight, but I just leave Betaflight running at this point because it takes so long to launch. All right, interesting. Hold on, YouTube just did the thing again. Underground Whoop League is in the chat. Good to have you. Where am I at? Veritas Fuso says, surely not. I believe your fainting earlier in the stream was due to a few orgasmic event. CMYK says 3S. What about 3S? You're running that on 3S? That build? Fix says, my Moon Traveler showed up. Oh, these are amazing. Yeah, they're nuts, dude. They're nuts. Infinity Leap says, brilliant design there, T-Motor. Rabox says, hola! And the McStinky mounts are kicking my ass. Nice. McMucus says, do you think the metal parts on the Singularity antenna could touch something on the flight controller and burn up the receiver? Thank you. Yes, you got to be careful with UFLs that the UFL doesn't rotate around and touch stuff. That's what I do is I actually put a little tiny piece of shrimp wrap on that part of the UFL to prevent that from happening. So yeah, if you just take a little tiny piece of shrimp wrap and you put it right around this part of the UFL, that'll make sure that never happens. Because yeah, you could absolutely blow something. I had a build with I had two builds actually. The troubleshoot kicked my ass because it was doing the same thing in two builds with Eachine Nano V2 VTXs. And the way that I did the builds, the UFL was touching a component on both builds. And it was causing the luckily Eachine puts anti-explode circuitry in their VTXs, so it was just shutting off the VTX, but the VTX just would not come on, and I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, it was just because the UFL was bridging against another component on the board. All I had to do was unshrink wrap it, and the troubleshoot kicked my ass because when I pulled the shrimp wrap off, all of a sudden the VTX worked. I'm like, what? And it was just because the UFL, when I pulled the shrink wrap off, it let the UFL come off of that little component. So yeah, you got to be careful of that. Ramdago says we need to send flow state before what? Huh? Where's that chat comment at? We need to send flow state before it gets too old. Send? Where are we sending it? Buried Alive says, oh man, sorry to hear about your pet. I have 3 pups myself. There's no worries in the auction. Veritas says, go ahead and run overtime. Nothing against Joshua, but we watch you for Ciotti, and Joshua is no Ciotti. Overtime for tonight is I try not to bleed over on top of Bot Grinder. Bot Grinder goes on at 9 o'clock Eastern. Caution says, T-Motor just told me to disable current. Oh my god. They need to stick to motors. T-Motor just told me to disable current sensor, but I'll try virtual. Still waiting for replacement motors since my HTLRCs are trash. What the hell? Come on, T-Motor. Just disable it. Just don't use it. Oh my god, really? They didn't put a fucking current sensor on there? Come on now. That's super annoying. let me know how virtual works for you, Caution. I already have virtual on mine, so I'll do this fractal build at some point here, and we'll see what's what. Good God. It is 8:46 already, and I'm finally caught up on chat. McMucus, you're certainly welcome. Let's change the stream title to starting the ultimate tinywhoop.com freestyle build. All right, and now we are going to start it. Rob Axelson says that UFL shrimp wrap thing was something I ran into. And your stream helped me. This needs to be a header on the stream to help others. Hopefully it's hopefully somebody watching this stream on repeat will drop a time code for that. Okay, let's dive into this build and get something done. Jesus, sorry guys. I need Walter Gromitz and Mr. Middies. Oh, okay. So the Beta FPV flight the reason why I had a set of these black grommets out here is because they came out of the Beta FPV box because they're made by Beta FPV. It's all making sense now. It's all making sense. All right, we're good. So let's get this build started. This is a build inspired by the race builds. And this is also an attempt at getting Black Box onto Tiny Whoops. The brand new Beta FPV 1S AIO here should have Black Box on it. Let's actually make sure that it does. Because if I do all of this soldering, and then this is like the older 1S that doesn't have Black Box on it, I'm going to stab a kitten. So let's get this plugged in and fire it up in beta flight and make sure that down here in Black Box, yep, there we go. Onboard flash, very cool. And let's just put this to gyro scaled, save and reboot. Very cool, a Tiny Whoop board with Black Box. Who would have thunk it? 7.9 megs. All right, so I love it. Let me move the chat window over so that I can see it better from the bench. CV says, this build is why I suggested the Neutron AIO. I know, I kind of wish I'd done the Neutron AIO, to be honest. Rob Axelson says, why are the white wires negative on the VT 2.0 connectors? It should be the blue. I guess because white is opposite of black, maybe? I mean, it's kind of annoying that they used white and blue instead of black. They should have just used black, but, you know, can't always get what you want. All right, cool. So let's get... Well, here, this is what'll happen. At some point, this will probably die, and I'll replace this with the Neutron. How about that? So... All right. I need to get the wiring diagram opened up on this thing, because, I mean, I guess we can just dive straight into soldering stuff. Beta FPV 1S AIO Black Box is what I'm typing into the Google machine, and that's pulling up Beta FPV's website. So, do I have the classic version or the light version is the question. Where's the wiring diagram? Is the wiring diagram the same on both? Below is the diagram for serial ELRS. The diagram for the classical and light versions are the same. Well, that's pretty great. Okay, so we've got... All right, so with the BT 2.0 facing down, we've got the antenna. There's the BMI 270 right next door. Oh, look at this. They're telling us what the FETs are. The FETs are BB51. That's pretty cool. AT756 7456E for the this is the OSD chip. Well, here, this is good educational content. So BB51, these are the ESC FETs that this is using. AT7456E, this is your OSD chip. Every single flight controller other than Brain FPV and Newbie Drone uses this same OSD chip. Here's our pads. Video in. They don't tell us what this pad is over here. Video in. Transmit to. That's what the T stands for. Receive to. There's an LED pad. That's pretty cool. There's a 5-volt pad. Here's a ground pad. And they don't tell us what this other pad is over here. Yeah, and the silk screening doesn't tell us either. Battery positive and ground here. And then it's telling us BB51 again on these FETs. Here is our black box chip. The size of this black box chip here is why most Whoop AIOs do not have it. It's gigantic. And then SX1280, I don't actually know what that is. SX1280. Somebody type that into Google and type in the chat what SX1280 is. That might be another FET. Let's see if there's more on the bottom. No? SX1280. Somebody will type in chat what the hell that is. And then on the bottom of the board, we've got our boot button. We've got a tiny little Wi-Fi antenna. That's interesting. Green LED for the receiver. That's why it says RX LED. So this is your LED that is going to be flashing and doing things when you try to bind it. STM32F411. That is the main chip. That is the flight controller, the F4 flight controller. Oh, that's right. The light version does not have the plugs pre-installed. Mine does, so I do not have the light version. Mode LED, which is orange. That's kind of nice that they tell you that. That's the LED that's going to flash when you change modes and shit like that. Flight controller LED, which is blue. Again, nice of them to tell you that. When the flight, sometimes this will flash like different codes and shit. I don't know any of the codes. But that's it. That's the whole flight controller there. So I was hoping that there would be 2 5-volt pads on this, but it's not looking like there are. I need to power both the camera and the... This build's going to take forever, for the record. I need to power both the camera and the VTX. And the VTX that I chose does not have a separate set of pads for 5-volt out. So what I'm going to have to do in this build, unfortunately, is I'm going to have to I'm going to have to put 2 wires on this 5-volt pad here, which is going to be super annoying. One of them is going to go up to the camera, and the other one is going to go to the VTX. I wish I'd bought a VTX that had 5-volt output. Rob Oxison says, stupid! I agree. In reference to them using white and blue wires instead of at least one of the wires being black. Kevin Sumner says, SX1280 is the ELRS chip. Nice. Thank you, dude. Off-axis builds on that. Pioneer is one of Pioneer's classic receivers. Came out in 78. Took over for the SX1250. Freeloader says it has a 5-volt for LED. Oh, is the LED pad just a 5-volt output pad? I'm still going to have to double wires up for ground. It doesn't have 2 grounds. Underground Whoop League says, did they remove the buzzer pads on this board? It looks like it. There's no buzzer pads on the wiring diagram on their website. Keep hitting this camera and knocking it sideways. Good Lord, you guys are not kidding. The pads are real small on this. So first thing I want to figure out is if this VTX is going to fit on here. So with the pound mount, this VTX is going to sit back here like that. And yeah, that'll absolutely fit. Okay. Only I'm kind of worried about. Now, yeah, there's plenty of... there's going to be a bunch of white... It's kind of covering up these pads, though. This VTX might not have been the best decision. Let me compare this in size to the Eachine Nano. And what's interesting is there's a new Eachine Nano V3. Which is skinnier. I maybe should have gotten one of these. Yeah, so this has... And this has 5 volt out. Yeah, it's got 5 volt in and out. Shitters. This is what I should have gotten. And then you just break these guys off. Because I have plenty of width. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Let me look up the measurements on this. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you don't have measurements on it. Oh boy, Banggood. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, it's just a link to Banggood. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Who's got Eachine Nano VTXs in stock in this country? Oh, come on now. Really? Nobody's carrying them anymore? Don't do this to me. Not like this. Not like this. It is cool looking, right, CMYK? Oh, fart bags. Come on. I'm pretty sure CiottiFPV had them, didn't they? Come on now. What? Was it Pyro? I bought a shitload of Eachine Nanos from a stateside spot. Yo, come on now. Really? Race day quads. Oh, nope. That's the AKK. It might actually be race day quads, though. Maybe it's just not pulling up through Google. Let's see. Hey. Okay, so this is where I got them, but it looks like they're out of stock. There's the V1. Here's the V2. Well, hell. What do I have in the box of the magical mystery box? I do have an Eachine Nano V2 in here, but I kind of don't want to use it because it goes up to 400 milliwatts, and that's a complete waste. And I don't think it's any smaller. It's not. No, it's the exact same size as this Happy Model OVX 300. All right, so we're not using an Eachine Nano. Hold on. Just dump out this box real quick. Tramp. Here's another Eachine Nano V2 that's out of the package, so I have 2 of those. That's kind of nice. Here's a Unify, Rush Tank, Tiny's LED sled, another Tramp. I do have a Tramp Nano, but that's kind of overkill. Oh, look at that. A Rush Cherry antenna, okay. And then I've got this big-ass Eachine VTX03. That ain't happening. Balls! And I don't think the Tramp Nano is even any smaller. Tramp Nano, OVX. Nope, OVX is the same size. The Tramp Nano is actually bigger. So yeah, we're definitely not doing that. Um, when I said that we were going to do this build, what I meant was we're not going to do this build. And I guess I can just force this thing to work. What are the other Nano VTX options? There's that Foxier one, but that's not going to be any smaller. There's the TBS Nano. And what I kind of wanted to do is not get the Pro 32. Originally, the plan was to get the regular old Unify Nano, the non-Pro 32. Here it is. Because since it's a Tiny Whoop, I only want low power. So this is the smaller one, 25 or 50 only. Is it where's the dimensions though? 13.2 by 14.6, and then this is the Pro 32. Don't you dare not have measurements on it. Okay. 15 by 13. 15 by 13 versus... Oh. Okay. 14.6 by 13.2. Yeah, so they're the same size. Hell. Okay, so all these other than the Ishin V3, which I'm not going to get because I can only get it from Banggood. I would really rather run... Really? How have none of the stateside manufacturers picked this up? Does AliExpress... Ooh, eBay... Well, eBay is going to ship from... Never arrive land. Here we go. 28 by 13.6 by 5. Why is it so thick? That's what she said. They're probably taking into account the thickness of the UFL plugged in. 28 by 13.6. 28. And then 13.6, that's the smaller measurement here, 13.2. So it's the same on the thin side, but then it's just a bunch wider. That doesn't make any sense. Especially because it's going to add weight. Oh, but that's the measurements with these extra holes that we're going to break out. So 28 is going to come down significantly. 28, like 27, 26, 25, 24, 23 maybe. But yeah, I was hoping it would be skinnier in this dimension. In this top to bottom dimension here. But it's not going to be. Hell. Kevin Sumner says, "Have you ever run an Acon ESC with the heatsink removed?" Yep, all of them. I've actually never run an Acon ESC with the heatsink on. Greenhorn says, "Won't you have room once you add the sticky pad?" Technically, yeah. We can set it up. Which is probably what we're... I mean, it looks like there are no VTXs that are any smaller, so we're going to be doing this. Dub Squared FPV reminding me what I was planning on doing. I'm dumb. Just put the OVX under the flight controller. That's how I run all 4 of my race whoops. Yep, I completely forgot that last time we were doing this, I looked under there. I was like, oh, look, there's a perfect space for it. The only thing I was wondering about is the VTX antenna. I'm not going to be able to run I don't think I'm going to be able to run the small antenna under that. But let me take a super quick look. Because, yeah, like the small antenna, I don't think it's going to be long enough to reach up over the bottom of the damn thing, right? So if I put it down here, or is it absolutely perfect when you do that? So if I get it here, and then I put the small, no. So I would put it like this. I would put it like that, and then the small. Now that's going to be inside the duct. Let me just check this out here real quick. So if that's sitting like that, and then Nah, I think I can make that work. Get that like that, and then the small sits back like that. And it just barely clears this duct. I just gotta be careful. Ooh, that's a little sketchy. That feels a little weird. But I could probably get it just right. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Dude, thank you for that reminder. I'd looked at that. Yeah, when I was kind of scoping this build out, I was like, wait, there's enough room under here to clear the battery, especially because the battery tray has the bottom supports there. First part of every build is always like really speccing all this shit out so that you're not just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks when you start actually building. So I'm not upset that we haven't gotten anything done, and it's fucking 7 minutes after 9 already. All right. I am still going to have to double wires up, which is going to drive me insane. I'm at least going to have to double up the ground, which is super annoying, but we're just going to do it. All right, well, we spec'd the build out. We talked about the parts and whatnot. I don't think I'm gonna start soldering tonight. I'm not in a good headspace. Today was a rough day. Seeing the kids crying their eyes out was not great for my brain. So, and I'm also very hungry. So we're going to actually do this build, I think, on Sunday. So come on back Sunday. I'm gonna get caught up on chat and I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm too hungry and I'm not in a great headspace to start doing tiny little soldering. Sorry if you were expecting to see the entire build tonight, but you should know by now that when it comes to building, it takes me way longer than it should. 661 says nameless VTX. Let's look it up. Let's see if it's any smaller. Nameless RC. Nah, looks like it's the same size. Yeah, it looks like it's the same size. So it kind of makes sense. These update, the QC on this product was great when it first came out, but now is very poor. Okay. Nah, staying away from the nameless. Rob Oxygen says, anyone doing the McStinky Camera 3D prints, it's all yours. I'm leaving it up to the pros. I'm attempting one more print. If it's crap, I'm done. Sorry, Rob. I had a feeling that was going to be hard to do. 661 says, look up Nameless 400. 661 says, oh, the Nameless is smaller. 12.4 by 12.4. Interesting. Interesting. Scary what Bob is saying there, though. Hold on, let me read more into it. If you get one that you cannot reliably unlock or the signal quality is poor, please contact this email. Describe the issue and include a screenshot. You should not hassle you too much to refund you. We will no longer be stocking this once we run out. Not unusual for the interstate path. Very sad. Hard we can do. Old description. Man, that is really small, though. Oh, wait, no. 14 by 15. Says here 14 by 15. That's the same size. 661 says 12.4 by 12.4. Which did they release a new one maybe? I think Full Speed RC is who makes the nameless stuff. Yeah, look at that. 12.4 by 12.4. Oh, it's an IPEX antenna. Oh boy, that's annoying. Are they just calling it an IPEX and it's actually a UFL? Or is it actually an IPEX? Is that how they shaved some size down? Well, now that I'm putting them on the bottom, I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter as much. That looks like a regular. I guess maybe UFL is IPEX. I don't know. Dub Squared says if you position the VTX correctly, you can run the small on the bottom and it'll be protected by the frame. That's interesting. Huh. All right, we're gonna figure it out on Sunday. Marcelo Fax with a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, love you long time, bro. Thanks for all you do. You rock. Thank you, dude. Rem Douglas says, good work. Cheers. Rob says, sold out. Dub Squared says, nameless VTX gets hot AF. Don't use it. There we go. Cool. Yeah, Sunday we're going to do this build. Sorry, guys. I don't know how time got so far away from me tonight. But, yeah, me diving into this tiny and technical of a build in my current mental state would probably not be a good idea anyway. Let me fly a battery for you, though. Maybe this will make me feel better. 0702 32,000 kV rig with the OG Runcam Nano and the good lens. Hey, let's go, as the kids say. Let's go, 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 let's go. Let's just say let's go all the time, no matter what, just for no reason. It's the cool thing to say. Am I a lot cooler now that I said let's go 8,000 times? Am I a cool person now? Is that what it takes to be cool? You just have to say let's go over and over and over again? Is that it? Is that the deal? Put some music on. Try to get in the zone a little bit. Gangster Puree. No. Hold on. Okay, this song sucks dick. No. No. It's a spoopy song. Maybe this is good. Let's do it. Here you go, friends. I hope you have a great Friday night. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy! Oh! No. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Get out of here, get out of here. Ah! Stop it, stop it. Fly better. Oh boy, what was the deal with that? What is happening? Having trouble like deciding where I'm wanting to go. Some nights you got it. Most nights I don't. Jesus. 32,000s make some mega power. That's what I'll blame it on. Let's just do the big power loop over and over again. That's my most favorite thing to do down here. Oh, wow. I didn't even get out of the cube. I'm behind the Nintendo. No, no, no! Oh, you fart bag. Where the hell was I? Oh, it fell down behind the 64. Let's get it on first try. Rejected. Almost! Oh, God! It's so fucking great! Oh, I missed it. Ooh, look at that couch landing. Oh, God! What was that? Oh, right in the face. Oh. Oh, no. Alright. I gotta do one more. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. One more quick one. Just one more. It's always just one more. Is it not? That song sucked. What song is this? Robux says, any chance of putting your basement on Velocitron? I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't have a pull like that. I mean, that would be insane, but... yeah. That'd be crazy. Robux says, love the stickers on your goggles. Where can I get those? I mean, the CiottiFPV one you can get from Etsy. I forgot to shill tonight. CiottiFPV.com is where you go if you want me to keep doing these live streams. Patreon helps me out the most. Over on Etsy, you can get this sticker and many more. This red Fat Shark sticker comes with the rapid fire module, and then these are the T-Motor stickers, and then that's Pedo Bear, and this Gem Fan sticker. I don't know where you can get it from, to be honest. And there's some random ones, True RC. Well, I don't usually fly to metal, but let's see. Oh god, these 32,000s have so much power. Oh no, no, no. Please no. Oh! Whoa! What is happening? This is like the song from a car chase. Trying to get in on the drumming. No! 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 Yes. Ah! God, don't break it. Ah! Ah! Why can't I ever link more than one thing together? Ah! No, that was just a piss poor attempt. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. Well, that's interesting. If I throw a little yaw in there, it completely changes that. No! Oh, this is not going well. Not my day, man. Not my day. It's still pretty hot there, though. Oh, that was kind of slick. Mega Couch is still together. I'm happy to report. Oh, I'm not gonna really get out of this blanket, am I? Yeah, I am. This is Mega Couch. Oh, that would have been just nutso. Oh boy. Easy, easy, easy. Nope. That made a really funny noise. I just thought the gate would get out of the way, I guess. What? That coffee table came out of nowhere. Let's get the little impossible orbit going here, maybe. Okay. What the hell? Oh no. Oh no. What is happening? Oh, the battery's going dead. I just kept adding more and more throttle and it wouldn't gain altitude. Ah! Just wanted to get it over here so I didn't have to walk. I gotta discharge these 270s, so we're gonna fly one of these 270s super quick, and then that's it. Swear to God, last one. Swear to God. For real this time, last one. 270 getting discharged. Here we go. These 270s do not love these 32,000 kV motors. Hey, this is a this rig also has. Oh, I got something I can blame. This has the. Stop it! This has the cranked up tune on it. That's what I can blame for my piss poor flying tonight. Jerk. Oh, that would have been cool. Sometimes I like to just congratulate myself on the ideas. A lot of times I just... It's all about thinking up... having the idea to do a certain thing. I wonder if I can do the mega power loop the other direction. If I go through this... Oh my god, that would be sick. The gem fan loop in the opposite direction. I think it's harder this way, too. Oh! And it's completely blind. Trying to hit the, trying to get it into the cube. Is almost what the fuck is happening here? Is almost completely blind. Because it's like... And then you gotta fall into it. Let's try it. Oh my god. Let's try it again. Oh, that was almost it. Doesn't have to be blind. Oh my god! Well, I guess it's doable. Jeez. Okay. That's a good way to end it. This battery's about to go dead. Oh boy. I'm gonna bring it back in. These batteries hate being over discharged. There it is! That's not a bad way to end it with a new trick. A new little jibby jabby. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Sorry it was kind of like low energy tonight, but can't win them all. Thank you for joining me though, I do appreciate it. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com to support the madness and the challenge that is trying to be a full-time FPV donkey. Tip your waiters, and I'll see you guys on Sunday when we'll actually do this build now that we've like spec'd it out and figured out what we're doing. Cool. Thanks guys. Be good. Have an awesome rest of your Friday night. Go get some bot grinder, and yeah, I'll see you Sunday. Later, friends. Here's some more flying from Florida. La 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 la. Give you the rest of this battery. I was getting the shit kicked out of me by the wind on this day. Alright, let's send this to the desktop. And here you guys go. Be good.